Liam, there's only one place to start. It's Manager of the Month. Congratulations. I'm sure you're going to say that the award is not for you; it's for everyone involved at Stadium MK.
Yeah, you obviously know me well enough now. I think yeah. Hey, look, it's a fantastic achievement, but it is the collective. We talk a lot around team first mentality, and you can only be as strong as the people around you. And yeah, I got a terrific group of people here, and the players play obviously their huge part in how they've performed in what's been. When you look at January, the transition the squad went through, in when you look at it, six guys that had started regularly leaving, and obviously us transitioning the group. A huge amount of credit has to go to the players for continuing, to chip away and perform like they did and pick up the results they did, and then the staff for keeping the players on track. And that's why for me it is the collective, it's everybody that plays such an important part.
There's a curse, Liam, of Manager of the
Yeah,
Month. You know that, don't you? And I hate to bring it up, but
let's not.
unless I'm completely mistaken, the last time you won this, I think the following league game was Shrewsbury away. I think I may be completely wrong, but I think how do you avoid this ridiculous curse of Manager of the Month?
I have absolutely no idea, to be totally honest. for, me, for me, it's not changing anything we do. It's we obviously we had the tough game on Tuesday with a trip back and etc. So we gave the lads Thursday off to then prep today, and I think that's the biggest thing. Do everything we can in our power to to be ready for tomorrow, and that I think it's been a solid week for the guys. So yeah, the that voodoo or whatever it is completely out of my control. It's let's turn up tomorrow and do our best.
You must be absolutely thrilled with the way things are going at Stadium MK at the moment in your role. Are there presumably there are areas that if you had a list of all the things that you wanted to change and get right and improve at the club, there are presumably some that are starting to get well. I suppose they're never ticked off, but you know what I mean. They're starting to get ticked off a little bit, and then there are others that need a little bit more development. Is that pretty much where you're going? Is there still things that you want to improve, and some that have improved to an amount that you're happy with?
Yeah, I think it. Again, I think I'm sure if you speak to any head coach, manager, I don't think they're ever going to be content. I think it's constant that strive to improve and to get better, and I think you're constantly chasing perfection, knowing full well you'll never get there. So I think that's I'll always be like that. I think the staff I have will always be like that, where we're constantly looking to improve players, improve the culture, improve processes of how we work, improving ourselves. I think with the experiences we've got, but again, I think we actually spoke around it after Fleetwood. I think it's really important. I think when you play game to game and you take it game to game like we do, that we also have to step back and see the bigger picture and the progress the group have made and the club's made. And I think that's it's sometimes difficult to do when you're in the thick of it. And we actually had a chat as a group of staff around it, and we spoke a little bit with a group that going away to Fleetwood on a Tuesday night with them conditions and being disappointed to come away with a point. I think that's a huge credit has to go to the players and the staff for the progress that the club's made from that point of view. I think the fixtures come out at the start of the year and you see it Tuesday night away at Fleetwood. You're thinking, God, it's going to be a tough one. But then when you look at how well the group have done and how they're performing, I think it's credit to them that we are disappointed, and that's it. I think we want to get better. We're never content. We know what we can achieve, the levels we can, but at the same point, like I said, you do have to step back, see the bigger picture. The changes that have happened this season, the progress the group have done. The teams that we're competing against. Said it before, the budgets we're competing against. The lads are doing incredibly well, and it's all of us now on continuing that. And I think that's the exciting bit. Is making sure that we turn up game in, game out, and do the best that we can.
I guess one of the beauties of playing the style of football and in the way that you're developing this football club is that if and I know we don't want to talk about promotion, and I get that that's premature, and I get there's a long way to go. There's 15 odd games or whatever. But what it does do is it prepares the side, presumably, if they do get promoted, they are in a better place playing the football that they're playing in League One to then take that football, that style through and compete in the Championship with that same philosophy.
Yeah. For me, whatever league it's just how I believe you win football matches. I believe how you develop players, and I think it's the most entertaining style of football to watch. So, again, I think it's for me, having the ball's key. If we've got the ball, they can't score. It's the most simple, oldest thing you hear in terms of why teams want possession. I think so. For me, it's not whether we're in the Championship, whether we're in League One, League Two, whatever league you're in. I think for me, it, I think you can develop players that way, and I also think it's how I want teams to play. I think players enjoy playing how we play. I think we've been able to attract players to this club because of the style that we play, and I think what we've tweaked and what we've done well this year is actually done it so that we win games, and it's not just about the style. And I think that's the important bit to stress. So I think it's where we're at, where the future is. Who knows? But for me, it's not changing what we do. It's about becoming better at what we do.
I'm overthinking it, Liam, aren't I?
Yeah, totally. I'm copying out of your answer as well. For me, it's not around getting people praised. We are where we are in League One. I think it's around, like I said before, just head down, work, stick to our principles, and let's be the best we can at it.
I tell you what, Stadium MK is a great venue, and it's going to be full of atmosphere, extra atmosphere, really, on Saturday with the quantity of travelling support. Is that something you look forward to?
Yeah, I think atmosphere is massive for us, and again, I have to huge credit to the away fans the other night. The fans that travelled up to Fleetwood are incredible. I have to say, on a Tuesday night in them conditions, coming up and getting behind, the staff and the players, I thought they were terrific, and it was again a big boost for us. And I think that going into the game tomorrow again, hopefully we get a decent home crowd turning up and get behind the group like they have done numerous times this season, because it goes a long way to helping the lads. And obviously they're bringing up a decent away following. So when you look at it, I think like the fans, when you're in a game like that, you raise your level. So knowing our fans, and what I hope is that they get behind the guys and make a real good noise to support us, and make it clear that we're at home.
The new man in charge there, Kieran McKenna's made a difference since he's taken over, hasn't he?
Yeah, real positive impact. I think he's done a really good job in terms of giving clarity of how they're playing. I think in terms of they've got such depth, such quality. Obviously, they're spent huge investment in the summer in terms of the recruitment. The volume of players, the quality of players they brought in. I think what he's been able to do is give some clarity around the style in terms of how they play. And I think that when you look at it, I've quite enjoyed watching them in the last few games. That obviously the opposition stuff that we've done. So I think he's brought real clarity to the players. You can see now they're quite clear in terms of how they're trying to play and what they're trying to do to win games. And obviously they've seen the fruits of that in terms of some of the results they've had recently.
Cheers, Liam. Thanks very much.
You mentioned their style there, and he even said that it's not going to be a beauty contest, the game tomorrow, because you both play nice styles of football. Are you expecting quite a similar set of players that are going to be lining up tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's exactly right in terms of what he says. It's about which team can be the most effective with how they want to play the game. Which set of players can fight the most, want to work the most. Which set of players can make the most correct decisions, and who can do it collectively. Who's got the strongest team element to them. So I think he's spot on with what he said there. I think it's around us controlling what we can, knowing that we're in a really difficult game against a team that's well set up, that are strong. But at the same point, when I look at that, we're equally as strong. I've been delighted with the guys this year. I think if you look at the progress they've made, where some of them are at, in terms of how we play, the system we play, I think we've done a terrific job at it. So I've got a group of excited, hungry players that want to get out on the pitch and perform tomorrow.
One of your early games was the reverse fixture, but it was a real belter down at Portman Road, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good game. I thought we played really well that day, actually, to be fair, and we were a little unlucky not to maybe come away with 3 points. I think it was the third game, right? I think it was Sunderland, Charlton, Ipswich. So it was a really good game. I remember that. It was a tough game. I thought the intensity, the physicality, I thought it was again had a lot in it, physically, mentally, tactically. There was it was a real challenge for the guys, but I thought we came out on top in terms of when you actually look at the game. Remember the goals as well, slightly frustrating, the ones we conceded, and then obviously Josh Mine hit the bar right at the end of the game. So it was a terrific game. It was a really good game, and hopefully we get another one where hopefully we can be on the right end of the result tomorrow.
And of course, a club that's quite close to your heart, given your start in your career.
Yeah, obviously, I spoke about it when we played them away. Spent a large amount of time there, still in touch with a few people. In terms of education, obviously, academy playing there, and then transitioning to become a coach there. Obviously, I feel I still owe the club a huge amount of thanks for that. But ultimately, I'm here now. My energy's here. My focus is here, and doing the best I can here.
And finally, we've just spoken to Daniel Harvey. I've pretty much every time I've interviewed the poor lad, he says, this is now the best Daniel Harvey. We're getting more out of him, and for me, he's made further steps in the last couple of months and is becoming more and more an important member of your side. How do you think he's progressed this season?
Yeah, he's done well, Dan. I think if you look at it, he's there week in, week out, full games. He hasn't missed much, to be totally honest. So that in itself speaks volume to him as a person, and also physically. He's a winner. He wants to win. He wants to work. He's a terrific character. I can't speak highly enough of him as a person. And then when you look at it after that, he's got a level of physical robustness, which I think's actually got better over the course of the season. I think he now looks, even fitter, even stronger, and he's able to, execute how we play our wing backs even better. And I think recently what he's added, and we've been on him about a little bit over the course of the season, is just his end product. I think he started to add a bit more quality high up the pitch, which, again, he was getting in them areas first half of the season, but maybe the final cross, the final pass, the final bit not quite being there. And I think he's really improved at that. When I look at the impact he's had in games, I think he's given us a lot now in attacking areas.